Hey guys, and welcome to this brand new video for my comic book collection from the 80s, 70s, and I believe some from the 90s and 2000s as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first comic I want to show you is actually the original X-Men and Teen Titan crossover book by Marvel and DC. So here's a look at the front cover, which is awesome. And then you turn it over on the back. And moving on is my collection of Who's Who DC Comics, which is like an encyclopedia of the different DC characters, and they were released in different volumes. And just to kind of give you a quick overlook of some of the ones that I have, all done in alphabetical order. I don't have a complete set, but for the most part, a good amount of the volumes that were released. Now with the new DC shows, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Flash and Supergirl, there's so many characters that are being reintroduced that I'm gonna have to take time out to go and look at their backstory. But this is a neat series, great artwork. The next stack is the original Crisis on Infinitive Earths DC collection. So again, I don't have the complete. I think there were maybe. Actually, I don't know how many were in this series, but I have like maybe 4 or 5 different that were actually released. Then we have some assorted titles of the Secret Origins series, which explain the origins of heroes. There's Firestorm, Shazam, Halo, the Golden Age Batman, Batgirl, Dr. Midnight. And then here's some assorted Justice League comics. Here's one is showing the true origin of Black Canary, which is very pertinent to what's going on in Arrow. So here's a Justice League. Here's an early picture of Vixen and Vibe. And again, just different assorted all-star squadron. And then here's one even for the Super Friends TV show from the 70s. It even has the Wonder Twins. So moving on, we have my stack of Transformers comic books from the 80s. It was introduced as a limited series, and then it started as a regular series, of course. There's the first title, our first issue. Just kind of going through them right quick. Here's one that guest stars Spider-Man in the black suit. So I have quite a few. I didn't realize I have this many, but like I said, one day I'm just gonna double down and kind of go through all of what I have. And then here's another stack of assorted titles. Here's one, Dazzler, the Marvel Comics character. Here's Firestar, which had a limited 4-star run. And I missed the first issue, but here's 2, and there's 3 and 4. And then here's one of Spider-Woman. I'm not sure if this is from the early 80s or not, but I remember I got it for the cover, the live action cover. And then here's like different ones, She-Hulk. And then here's my stack of Masters of the Universe, which was also a limited run. Here's the first issue. And then here's a issue of Thundercats, which was actually the first issue, collector's edition through Star Comics. And I remember collecting comics that were based on TV shows in the 80s. And I try to collect as many as those that I could back then. Here's Voltron Special First Edition, Masters of the Universe. And there's another Voltron. I guess I purchased 2, which was a smart move. And then we're just moving on down the road to this Superman and Wonder Woman team up, which I got from Radio Shack. which kind of ties into promotion for their stores. And it has Lex Luthor, and here's another issue of Voltron. Mask, which is a 4-part miniseries that I started collecting. This looks like issue 4. Here's another one, Masters of the Universe, Thundercats. Here's a Wonder Woman, an oldie, Golden Age Wonder Woman comic. Here's a assorted Marvel fanfare with Captain America superpowers based on the relaunch of the Super Friends back in the 80s. Another superpowers. Then also Robotech, and they had a different series issued on each Robotech saga. Here's one for the new generation. Another one for the new generation, the Robotech Masters. And then let's just go ahead and get into another assorted stack. Here's one for Marvel Secret, Marvel Superhero Secret Wars, and I believe I got it just because it included both Spider-Man in a black suit and also Spider-Woman #2, Julia Carpenter. Here's Secret Wars #2, X-Factor, the New Mutants, Uncanny X-Men. Here's Wolverine's limited series #2 and #3, and then #4. Here's Marvel Universe B through C. So I guess this is kind of like DC's Who's Who title, where it's like an encyclopedia of the different characters. D through G. Now this I wasn't sure that I even had, so I'm definitely going to have to go through all of these at some point just to kind of read up on the origins of these characters. And then here's like a small digest for Batman. Here's the back. And then here's another assorted title. Here's one introducing He-Man and the Masters of the Universe for Marvel. Here's one for Red Sonja, the Non, Spider-Man, another Spider-Man, Batman, and Robin. Now this had Batman from Earth 1 teamed up with Robin and Batwoman from Earth 2. And as you can see, Batwoman's costume is not the red Kate Kane version. So this is a unique issue. And it was an interesting issue. And this was the first time I noticed Robin's new costume, but it was basically Robin from Earth 2. And that explains it. So this one is a Batman. And this contained Jason Todd as Batman. I'm sorry, Jason Todd as Robin. My mistake. Here's another Batman title. Batman versus Catman. Here's Batman and some lady I'm not sure of. Here's another one. I think this Robin, I'm not sure if it was the Tim Drake or Jason Todd. Here's one with Scarecrow. And I think this was during the Jason Todd run. That's when I was really purchasing Batman comics. Here's a Two-Face one, Batman and the Outsiders, which I was into back in the day. And containing Black Lightning, the new character who's going to get his new show. Here's another Outsiders issue. Batman and the Outsiders. Here's Batman and the Outsiders featuring Looker, a new member of their team, who kind of reminds me of Dazzler from the X-Men. They're very similar characters. Here's another one, Superman and Batman and the Outsiders team up. And then here are two just miscellaneous Conan magazines. I'm not sure where I got these. I think someone gave these to me. And then moving on to the next stack of comics, here's sorted Defenders, the Avengers. And these comics actually were in storage for a very long time. So some of them are in good condition, some are not so good. But for the most part, I think they've held up over the years. Here's Avengers, more Avengers, Kamandi, the last boy on Earth, which I didn't know I had. This one looks like it cost 20 cents, so it must be, oh, it's pretty good in this pretty good condition considering If it was 20 cents, I'm not really sure when this comic was issued. Here's more Commandy, more Conan, Hawkeye, and Moon Knight. More Midnight Men, Protector, War of the Worlds, more War of the Worlds, What If comic series, which all of these I just am not sure of where I got these. I think they were given to me at some point. I'm glad I held on to them. Master of Kung Fu, Power Man and Iron Fist, Power Man and Iron Fist, Savage Man of Bronze, and these are all in great condition, surprisingly. Savage, the Man of Bronze, Doc Savage, Man of Bronze, Doc Savage, and Extra Kid, or I can't know if I'm saying his name good, but I guess there's a few in here for him. So moving on to more assorted titles. This one is Cosmic Boy from the Legion of Superheroes. Here's Marvel's Greatest Comics, starring the Fantastic Four. Another one, Fantastic Four. What If Fantastic Four had not gained their superpowers? The Thing, Fantastic Four. Micronauts, which is a Marvel title. Power Pack, which is, I believe, a group of kid mutants. G.I. Joe. ROM, which I have no idea what this is about, but I see Doctor Strange. Battlestar Galactica. Star Wars. Didn't know I had that. Spider-Man and Machine Man. Spider-Man and the Watcher. Silver Surfer. Doctor Strange. Super villain team up. Iron Man. Firestorm. And then there's Firehawk and Wonder Girl. Firestorm, Captain America, Incredible Hulk, the new Teen Titans. Here's one I got from Carl's Jr. based on Superman 3. Superman and Batman, World's Finest team up. Superman and Supergirl team up. Here's Wonder Woman. Another Wonder Woman missing the title. I believe this is one from the 70s. And then here's a Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Now getting into my last stack of comics, here's one Robin solo series, and I believe this Robin is the Tim Drake version. Fantastic Four. Here's Spider-Woman team up with Spider-Man. Here's a Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions. Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. The New Mutants. Alpha Flight. Here's Uncanny X-Men. Looks like Emma Frost versus Storm. Incredible Hulk. Namor. Captain America. Here's a Batman anniversary issue. It says issue 400. Fantastic Four. Blazing Battle Tales. And here's a Transformer hardcover book that contains the first 4 comics in the series, along with the second volume that had, I think, issues 5 through 8 or something to that effect. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a comment for me at the bottom or like my video, and have a good one.